We are
live. How are you? How's Monday morning going for everybody? About a minute and a half late coming on. Sorry about that. If you were one of the early ones, of which there's many, thank you guys so much for being here. If you're listening on the podcast, which is very behind being uploaded, I'm talking to the people who we are seeing in our chat live, and you can be here too, 9 o'clock Central Time, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, almost every day. I say almost because we've been here every day, but I know at some point work's going to get in the way. My shirt is all bundled up funny, and I feel uncomfortable. Hannah L in the house. There's my wife. You keep telling me to say hi to wifey. There
Hello.
she is. Good morning, Hannah. I'm so glad you're here. Keith, big Disney fan in the house. What's going on? Bloomin' Cheesin'. Good morning, all right back at ya. Hitchhiking Bones in the house. Strolling Main Street, USA. One of my favorite things to do. Amen. Amen.
Yes.
Amen. That's what we're going to talk about.
So much fun.
Can't wait. I'll get to that in a minute. Let me keep saying hi to chat. I love Main Street. It makes me happy. What else? Who else? Tina McNeil in the house. What's going on? Thanks for being a member of the YouTube channel. I appreciate it. Michael Superbacker in the house. Good morning. Happy Monday to you. Julie M in the house. Who else is here? Hitchhiking Bones. I think I said hello to Dawn already. Stevie Lee in the house. Tiki Man Fan in the house. My mom in the house. If I missed you in chat, I apologize. Big night last night. Had Donna Jaworski on the show. DizTube. Disney creators on DizTube. I used to call it just DizTube, but what the heck is that? That's just a noise that I made up. Disney creators on DizTube. It was my pleasure to get to know Donna a little more. I said it last night, but if you missed the show, I'll say it now. When I invited her on, she hadn't been on any shows to my knowledge. You know, obviously a great part of the Resort TV One crew. They go live at Disney when Disney's open. The Frog Prince in the house. That's a great name. I love that. The Frog Prince. Hello, how are you? I wanted to kind of introduce her to the our audience, but she's been on a bunch of shows now, and it was so fun. It was so fun. The chat seemed to really enjoy it. Got lots of neat comments, not only during the show, but boy, I was just reading a bunch this morning as I woke up. A bunch of people really had a good time. A bunch of people, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I missed it, because it was a fun time. Donna's just an angel. So if you missed that, you can watch the replay. And then after that, every Sunday night I have 2 shows. After that, we talked about live streaming, which we're doing right now. Talked about a collaboration I did with my buddy Rob Velocibus from TubeBuddy. Went through some of his video and talked about all the tips that were in that video, including mine. And, this time, that video was for going live for entrepreneurism, for small businesses. You run a nonprofit, you run a small business using the internet and the power that this is to grow your audience. And I've said many times, and I'll say it again right now, this platform, specifically YouTube, it's the best vehicle to get your voice heard in the history of history, in my opinion.
Well, and especially right now, because things are weird.
Why are we having this show? This show is the idea of her when we found out, oh my gosh, we're not going to work and we don't know when we're going back. You remember that day? In my head, it was a Friday. It doesn't matter if I'm right or not. It was the last day of work where they were, hey, we're going to shut down. We don't know how long. Imagine what has happened in, 3 months, 2 months? Hey, everybody, you're going to not go to work. We promise we'll take care of you. Whoever this voice is.
We thought it was going to be 6 weeks max.
We did not. You guys laughed at me.
You're like, we want to be back till summer. We're
me,
like, what?
And you and our two very keyest of key employees were the last ones to turn out the lights and lock the door. And you guys were saying your goodbyes. We were saying our goodbyes. And it was like, well, we're going to talk on the phone.
See you in a few weeks.
But we'll see you physically in a few weeks. And I remember laughing out loud, and you guys laughed out loud at me.
Yes.
And I said, no, guys. And I feel like I'm the one I feel like I'm the Pollyanna on this. I feel like I'm the one that thinks it's gonna be okay. I'm watching.
Well, there were 0 cases at the time where we were there, or 1 or 2 from a cruise ship. It wasn't even in that county. And we were like, why are we closing down? No one has it here. It's only from a cruise ship. And still they have
Sandy Norris in the house. Just Sampson in the house. What's going on, my man? But the point of telling the story is that this morning morning show was an afternoon show, and it was your idea to cut our day in half. So we were doing at 3 o'clock. And so I did morning work, and then we did the show, and then I did afternoon, evening work. And that was kind of how we cut our day in half. It was our check-in,
How's everybody doing?
Hey, let's make sure we know what time it is, right?
And kind of keep us on pace. We had stuff to get done before the show, and then the second half of our work day would be after the show. It was like a lunch break.
It was the most effective tool I had to not forget if I'm not going anywhere that day, I don't really have to rush, whatever I have to get done that day for work or for fun or whatever I'm doing. There's no time on it. I wasn't very not motivated. I'm always motivated. I wasn't very time sensitive. I wasn't very, what's the right way to say this?
Well, you didn't have to stay on task and complete something in a time frame. It was
easy to just, I'll get it next hour, whatever. And so now, and then we go back to work. It's been different, right? We're working from home much more, right?
Yeah.
And so we put it in the morning, and here we are talking Disney and other things.
I mean, one part of our work is back, the store, but not any of our kids' programs.
We run a nonprofit, and so we're still raising the funds successfully.
Right. But we haven't had kids back in yet. We're not doing our normal, because that's when.
And we had a meeting last week with one of the 2 organizations where we're going to be serving kids, and at the end of the meeting, it's like, we have no idea.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, we don't really know. Can you please be ready?
Have to wait and be ready.
Yeah, we're going to be ready. So anyway, Tina McNeil in the house. I saw Jersey Mike's in the house. There you go. Orlando guy in the house.
Jackie in there somewhere.
Okay, RV. There you go. Yep. So welcome in, everybody. I see everybody saying hi to Jackie. Adventures of Gonzo. Now what's going on, Gonzo? Hello, old man with the nice hair. I need a haircut. So bad.
Yeah, now that you're.
Well, we're going to get to Main Street, but haircut talk. I purposely been waiting, let it go a little long for yesterday.
Yeah, so we could try to make a flame.
Did you see it? You want to see me with blue hair?
It was very, very.
Probably the answer is no. No, Jeff. Nobody wants to see that. I sense is what the world. Well, so this is me at Disney. I don't know, a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, whatever.
Last year.
I'm the guy. I'm not the guy on either end. I'm not currently holding a shovel. Oh, the lighting's not real good.
No,
but I mean the lighting's really good. But
he was Hades on vacation there.
And then so that was the before, just an old fat guy, and then this is the after, old fat guy with blue hair. That was pretty fun. Reagan loved
Hades
it. Yes.
at a party. Yes. That was Reagan's request.
Yeah. Hades on vacation turned into Hades at a birthday party. So that's what she wanted me to be. So I think I could see myself getting a haircut today.
So Ryan was funny. He was a DVC member.
I didn't know he was doing
I mean, he was a DVC
I didn't know that was what he was going for, but it worked.
He was like in all his Mickey garb, vacation mode, and sunblock.
He was me on vacation. I don't do the sunblock. Gonzo, thank you, buddy. Gonzo, because you're awesome, buddy, and I appreciate it. Well, see, and that might pay for my haircut now. Gonzo, thank you, buddy. Really,
right, you could pay me.
No, never mind. So anyway, love you, buddy. Appreciate it. So let's talk Main Street. I love Main Street so much.
I do too.
I think here's the
best.
I
love Main Street at any time, but especially
thanks, Justin.
At the fall when they have my pumpkin in the middle. We're doing Disneyland Main Street.
No, it's okay. Either way, I've got some ideas for the week. Let's just see how it goes. We haven't really
I love the big pumpkin jack-o'-lantern that they put up in the fall, and we've taken pictures in front of our kids, or in front of it with our kids for years.
Hey,
so
Amy, hey, Stevie Lee.
Grow.
Yeah, it's
like my favorite.
Put that right there so I can see Chad.
Peyton actually has that in a backpack.
Yeah. Well,
best.
So what I wanted to lead off with is, again, if you're in this stream, you probably are either a Disney fan or you're at least aware we're Disney nuts. Hey, Hannah, thank you. I'll take that all day, every day.
Thank you, Hannah.
Right back at you, my friend. One of my favorite things to do is those first moments you walk into Disney. And it's about me and how I feel, which is not something I normally am overly concerned with, frankly. I think the world's overly concerned with how they feel. When you're on vacation, you're relaxing, right? But walking in and seeing, and it's usually some little girl that gets me, right? I told this story last night. A couple of years ago, I'm walking in, and it was at Halloween, but it was the first Christmas tree I saw of the year. Hey, cheap meal on a treadmill. That's what I need to be doing. I need to be on a treadmill like this. So we're walking in, and I love Christmas, and I take note of the first Christmas tree and the first Christmas lights I see every year. It's just fun.
Right.
I love Christmas time, and it's happy time. And
we do announce even in our neighborhood. Oh, first Christmas lights in the neighborhood.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
So the first Christmas tree I saw a few years ago was at Disney, and it was the big one as you walk in, and there was a little girl screaming at her daddy, not my little girl, not screaming at me, but screaming to her daddy, and I mean screaming in a very positive way. Daddy, the Christmas tree, and it was so massive and perfect, and you're on Main Street, and you look down. I mean, you got to walk away, and you turn the corner, and you see the castle, and I'm like, somebody built this fantasy, crazy, like if you don't know Disney, and I mean, I would sound like an idiot right now, right? If you're not into Disney, you saw a Christmas tree and there's a castle. It's just the little girl, her joy. Yeah. Just is.
Well, and you're a dad of daughters too. So you remember all those moments, and it
Hey, Dean, how are you, buddy? Yeah. I mean, it does.
I love seeing any kids like at Disney that are so excited.
Yeah.
it's just the best.
That's part of it.
So
Like,
much
I mean,
fun.
I love the lights. I love the windows. We're going to talk about the windows here in a minute.
Mhm.
We're going to talk about all the stuff. Well, I mean, we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, you and you. But I'm just going to, today, the opening of this week for the show, I've got some ideas of where the show will go this week, but let's just see how today goes before we make a decision. But I'm just going to talk about some of my favorite things on Main Street. And for me, the only I have to do, I bet most people isn't even on their I care about it list. I walk in, and I usually walk in on the left side. Sometimes she'll go to the right for whatever reason, but if not, then I just got to walk over there, and I'm going to stay left, and I'm going to go to, whether I'm in Disneyland or in Disney World, I'm going to go to the fire station.
Yes.
I don't know why I love the fire station, but can you reach over and grab that for me? Do you see it? But it has something to do with when I was a little kid. I've never been a fireman. I never wanted to be a fireman, but I've always loved fire trucks and firemen, and they've got inside there, they've got
all the patches.
Tons of patches, and they're up on the wall. And this is from my buddy Tracy Glenn. Sometimes he's in the chat. Great guy. No Crocs. Definitely no Crocs. What is it with the Crocs? No Crocs. But I just love that place so much. It is the fire station now. Now I'm talking about specifically in Disneyland. Has the old pole that they would jump down, and above them was Walt's office. Walt would stay there when he was on campus, on property, I guess is a better way to say it. And he would stay there. That was his apartment. Now there's the light there. So that apartment is directly above the fire station. One of his daughters, there's the great story when she was adult. I got to clear my throat. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
I'm a frog.
I do. I don't have a soda. I don't have coffee. I'm in trouble. She talks about the story about she would just sit there. So you got to picture Disneyland if you know it. So it's the hub, and then left is down Main Street. She's sitting there above the fireplace, right? And she's just dangling her legs, and she's hearing the sights and sounds of Main Street on her right. And then on her left, she's hearing what you don't necessarily know is there. It's the Jungle Cruise, the sounds of the Jungle Cruise. And what an iconic place to be a little kid. This little girl got to hang out there with Daddy, Walt freaking Disney, and Main Street, and the sights and the sounds and the smells, and then the sounds of the Jungle Cruise. Then when the lights would go out and the place is done, she got to stay, and she would still hear those sights and sounds of the Jungle Cruise and all that. I just think that is so amazing. That's awesome. I don't know if you've been to Main Street, you probably know what I'm talking about. I love that era. I love American history, for one. I really, really do. I'm watching Turn again. Yeah. An AMC show. It's on, I guess it's on Netflix, right? I've seen it before. I'm watching it again. I'm watching it this time more seriously.
The snakes in the garden.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. And it's about the Culper ring of the Revolutionary War. Now, I know Main Street USA isn't the Revolutionary War, but my point is I love Americana. I love Liberty Square, which we'll get to at some point. I love that kind of stuff. And I've never been to Marceline, Missouri, but that's where Walt based Main Street on. But it's just iconic. It's fun. I love it. What are some of your first things you want to do? Because for me, I go left. Oh, and by the way, I get the card. So when you go into the fire station now, boy, I need a haircut. Oh my gosh. I had to stop looking at myself. When you go in there now, at least at Walt Disney World, they have the Sorcerers of the Kingdom cards. They're trading cards, and it's actually a game you can play with the kiddos and collect the cards. And so now I go there because I love
that's like that is our first stop. That's
my first stop. What's your favorite thing to do first when you get to Main Street?
The first thing I want to do is just get around that corner to see the castle. That's just always like my favorite thing. Is like, oh, yep, there it is. It looks amazing. Okay, now I can look at the windows right there in the Emporium. That's probably where I go next. Look at the castle and head over to Emporium to see what they've done with the windows.
Yeah. So let's talk about the windows. I like what Richard says here, but I love the windows. A couple of years back, it was at Christmas time, and they had, it's art, really. It's a story. What is it? It's figures. It's Disney figures telling a story. And that one was...
it's like an animated book, kind of.
Mm-hmm. And that at that time, it was a Christmas Carol. Mickey's, specifically, a Christmas Carol. And it's like wall shopping.
They've had a bunch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's window shopping, but through a book.
I think there's so many little touches on Main Street that so many people just walk right by because they got a fast pass in there. Walk right by because their kids are crying. They want to go home. There's so much to enjoy on Main Street. I could probably spend a whole day on Main Street, and I don't even like
sitting
shopping
and watching everybody. I could do that all day.
Yeah,
and have a snack.
Well, and you got the Dapper Dans, and you got the trolley cars, and you got, you know, if you go earlier, you've got the horses. There's two main horses.
The horses, yeah.
We've not got to interact with them too much, but they bring out the horses and interact with the little kids. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I love it to death. Let's see. The Atlanta guy says, my favorite part of Main Street, the turn of the century soundtrack. So good. Sunday clothes, Surrey with the fringe on top, or the Christmas soundtrack during the holidays. I can sit and listen. So I was going to get to the music. Let's get right to the Christmas style. Now, obviously, that's only for, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 weeks, whatever. I love Christmas on Main Street.
Oh, I do too.
I love the snow. I know it's not snow.
Right.
I love the snow, and I love the soundtrack. I do. And it's not just the Christmas time. I do love the sounds and the smells of Main Street are spectacular. They're spectacular. All right, put that back. My husband has to go look at the train. He loves trains. I have to take a video of the castle while he's doing that. I love that, Supergirl. You know, when I walk in, like, so before you actually get in there, before you've gone under the tunnels, looking up at the train is an iconic shot. But one of the things I also love to do is once you get in there and I do the things and I look back, and that train is right there and it's massive. And I remember the day they closed Walt Disney World, and you know, the executive, well, what is he? He's the vice president of, well, he was the vice president of Disney Parks. Josh Nomura was there, and he was standing right there, and he was iconic. And he, you know, he came down and he talked to the people, and what a great backdrop! Like that train, it's so good. Everything is so well Instagrammable. I don't know if Walt knew that was the term yet then, but yeah, no. Walt's room, Crocs. What Jackie and Joe Sampson are just stuck on the Crocs. What we love about Main Street, Main Street USA. You know, obviously, once you turn the corner, you look down the street, and you know, if you do it at the right time, you've got a trolley come in, and you got the bell, and then you got the castle. It's just, it's another world. It's nuts.
Right.
Certainly not thinking about how much it costs at that point. Mostly, I'm thinking at that point, I need to go right and spend some money in that Starbucks, because that is my favorite Starbucks. Why is it my favorite Starbucks? Because it's on Main Street.
Yeah, and it's right by the place that has pickles.
That is not why I love it.
Those really giant.
If I had my Starbucks cup, Ryan, I'd show you. I bought this one there. Love getting one of those. You were here, they are there, we are wherever we are. Cups from Starbucks there. Got more than my fair share. I'm actually always a little bit when I get all the way down to Casey's Corner, because I'm at the end of Main Street right now. But obviously, I've usually got kids who are, somebody in the group is trying to rush to get somewhere. Usually,
we like to go through the Emporium, and we'll walk starting in the Emporium and then go the back way through all the stores, because you can kind of go quite a ways going through, and then it takes you like through the candy shop, and there's like this little jewelry, more fancy women's clothing area. No, but definitely the candy shop, we always stop there. And the girls, they don't always buy something when we first get there, but they definitely like start scouting out.
Yeah.
What they're coming back for.
What am I saving my money for? Hey, Kadani, Sean.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Hey, Mar.
We'll go through that store and that whole area, and they'll kind of like see if there's anything they're really thinking they might want. And then we'll go out to do the rest of the park. And then, because that's always our last stop out the door too. We'll go back, and then whatever they have thought about all day and still want, they'll do their purchases then.
So I thought I'd pull up, it's mickeyblog.com. They've got a nice, everywhere. There's all kinds of stuff online about this. And they've got the 10 things you didn't know about Main Street USA. I think we're just going to talk about that. So if you want to check out the whole article, it's on mickeyblog.com. I'm there a lot. This is from 2019. It's not a new article, but it's a good article. So number 10, based on a small town in Missouri. We talked about that. It's in Marceline. My mom is in the chat. She's been to Marceline. We need to go to Marceline. Yeah, I've never been. I don't know why I've never been. I've been in Missouri plenty of times. Magic the Mouse, not a fan of Starbucks. I miss the original Disney bakery. I'm down for Starbucks.
I like the bakery too, though.
I mean, yeah, come on, coffee's good. You know, Starbucks is a little more bitter. I know that Starbucks people don't like that, but you know, to me, I would love it if it was just a normal coffee house. But I'm not gonna lie, I like their merch. I prefer Joffrey's.
I like their merch, but the coffee isn't my favorite. It really isn't.
I like coffee.
But
I like coffee. I'm not gonna say it's the best coffee. It's the most available coffee, and I like their cups.
Right.
I like their merch.
The best coffee we've had, we didn't have it here.
If that was a Joffrey's right there, I would love it too. I don't
right.
Oh man, we go to Walt Disney World a couple times a year. Disney's apartment light, we just talked about that. Now, obviously, this is in Disneyland, and they let the light on for the cast members to know when Walt was in the building on property back in the day. And now they leave it on all the time. Just, it's a fun story. I'm guessing you guys all know. Hey, Soraya, what's going on? Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Love it. Bloom and Cheese, and you live in Seattle. I see Starbucks way too much. I bet. Insert Chaz joke here, right? But yeah, I get, when I was in San Francisco, I remember I was this is about 6-7 years ago. No, more than that. Doesn't matter. About a decade and a half ago now that I think about it. I was in San Francisco and we were at a hotel. I was there for a conference for Boys and Girls Club. And there was a Starbucks in the lobby and there was a Starbucks on the corner and like four corners. Yeah. Another corner had a Starbucks. And on two of the roads, there was one less than a block away. There was like 5 within like 8-minute walk.
Well, and that was more common in
Frisco, not even Seattle.
Southern California though, too.
Yeah.
Like Southern California, they're everywhere. They're just, you don't have to like really look far or Google where a Starbucks is because they're everywhere. You just have to drive down the road.
I love that right there. Your daughter ordered you some Starbucks You Were There mugs. I do not own the Starbucks You Were There mugs. I need them. I need a Hoff mug. Uh-oh. Are we unconnected?
Star Wars ones.
Are we buffering? It looks like we're buffering on my phone. Are we still good? Give me a thumbs up in chat if we're still good, or let me know if we're still good. On my phone, I see us buffering, which is one of the other reasons I put it up there, so I can see that. I don't see anything on my end, though. All good? Okay, yeah, it looks all good here. So
looks good.
I don't know why my phone's doing that. Good morning, Brittany Morgan. How are you? Okay, good. Everybody's saying we're good. I don't know why my phone's not happy, but okay, so let's move on. The Disney bench is iconic, right? I'll just read it for you. One of the actual benches on which Walt Disney first dreamed of Disneyland, a place where parents and children have fun together. Disneyland Opera House, it says. So you got to know the story there. Obviously, there was a couple benches. Not obviously. There was a couple benches outside of the merry-go-round. Merry-go-round? Is that what that's called? Carousel. Merry-go-round. The carousel at the park, the iconic park there in LA, where Walt took his daughters. They would go up and down on the beautiful little carousel stuff. And he dreamed of a place that him and adults could take their kids and that adults and kids could enjoy together. And that's where the inspiration came from. And that's pretty cool. I think there was 2 or 3 of them there. One's still there in the park. And the other couple, I think there's a couple in Disney. I think there's one in Disneyland and one in Disney World. I might have that wrong. I just think that's amazing. This one's pretty cool because this article has the telephone. It's my buddy. Paige and Mr. Morrow. That's my buddy Nate. So that's kind of cool that they used his thing. A hat shop called the Chapeau on Main Street has a fun little Easter egg that not many guests are aware of. At the end of the street where the shop rests, you will find a retrograde telephone. However, this isn't simply a prop to highlight Main Street's turn of the 20th century facade. If you pick it up, you will be eavesdropping on an ongoing conversation. On the other end of the line, you hear a mother and her daughter arguing about the prices of groceries. They used to have this down at the end. So in Disneyland, on the end, you go to the right, you go to the end and all the way to the right, whatever that shop used to be. It's not
where the pickles are.
You're obsessed with pickles, woman. Pickles are disgusting. Hannah, we need prayer. I need prayer for her unsubstantiated love for pickles.
I do like pickles.
Is that the right use of the word? I don't know.
Whatever.
Pickles are disgusting.
Anyways, our girls, when they were little, they would sit there and listen to that for the
longest time. It was a party line, which
Brittany
apparently was a thing in the 20s, and I don't know when it was. Wow, it's getting windy outside.
Yeah, Brittany used to love that.
I did it a bunch. I don't know that I loved it. I always did it as a kid.
Yeah.
And I do remember, I don't know what it was then, but it was where they got coffee. I wasn't in the coffee yet, but there was always a line. Mom and Dad would always be in the line, and I would be listening to some crazy lady talking to some other crazy lady.
And coffee
that version.
Like
party line, exactly.
Yeah.
So I love that. And I think it's, I don't know.
Is it still in the same place?
This is the Chapeau, a hat shop called the Chapeau on Main Street. I don't know. I'm 99% sure when you go under the train, there's a phone there, and I thought me and Reagan did that and picked it up, and I thought that's what I heard, but I might be wrong. I remember that phone cheat meal, Food Cat. Yeah, they had a party line when I was a kid. Mom, there you go. You're the one that brought me in there. Brittany Morgan, I'm great. How are you? New subscriber. Oh, Brittany, I am great, and you just made me even greater. Is that a thing? I'm happy to hear that. Appreciate the subscribers. Thank you so much. I hope you do love the content. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, and this is a fun one. A lot of you guys know this. If you're a Disney Net, you know this already. Steve Martin worked on Main Street. He worked at a magic shop.
A magic shop, yeah.
I'll just read it. Give them some love again from MickeyBlog.com. Legendary comedian Steve Martin can brag that he had been among the first to ever work at Disneyland, starting in 1955, the year Disneyland opened in Anaheim. Martin's teenage self could be found selling guidebooks on Main Street, I didn't know the guidebook then, so I just learned a thing. Or the magic shop spinning out card tricks. I knew the magic shop story. Yeah. I've heard him tell it on, I don't know, talk shows or whatever. He later moved on to working in the Fantasyland magic shop before working his comedy magic with the help of some balloon animals at the Golden Horseshoe Review. Yeah, I didn't know that he was at the Golden Horseshoe Review. I love Steve Martin. Iconic movie, I guess, was The Jerk back in the day, but guy's pretty dang funny.
Yeah,
and lots of celebs got started at Disneyland. But I think that's pretty fun. When I got busted sneaking into Magic Kingdom, boy, that is one place I wouldn't bring. I'm not a big rule follower, but I don't want to get in trouble at Disney.
He doesn't want to get kicked out or banned.
Yeah, that would be jail, or I can't ever go to Disney. I mean, how long do I have to go to jail? I would have to think about it. Through an open gate by Space Mountain. Disney, let me start again. When I got busted sneaking into Magic Kingdom in Disney World after hours through an open gate by Space Mountain, Disney security nabbed me and took me to the security office above Main Street, above the bakery. We must hear more about this story.
Yes.
Love sitting on the Ricky chair on the deck. Favorite place to watch the parade. Bloom and Cheese, and that's a good one. Yeah, you got to get there early to get them. Yeah, but there's some good spots like that. I would see all the Disney characters again. Yep. Cheaper by the dozen. Yep, Steve Martin. You were 10. You bad boy. You. I could tell. You've got it in your eye. You're the.
He was 10.
It hasn't been altered much. I mean, I think this is a great old picture. Let's see when this is from. I'm not going to even bother showing you that because I'm saying there's a working barbershop there. I need to go there today. I've never got my haircut there. Someday I want to do it so I can say I did it.
Yeah.
But you gotta like live there, right? You gotta really have time because that's like, you spend an hour to get a haircut.
Yeah. Well, I bet they're fast, but I'm pretty sure that's where they do, like, you can take your child for their first haircut and they get
that would
like
be
a
cool.
cute little certificate. Because we wanted to do that with Grayson.
Grayson's our 3-year-old.
They were going to go with us and then they canceled. So we didn't get to, but
I forgot we were going to do that.
Yeah. That's what.
But I remember that you said
we were going to do.
I don't know. I'll read right from the article again, just giving MickeyBlog.com some love. Some Disney guests are under the assumption that any shop that isn't selling souvenirs or candy is simply a front. Do people really think that? All right, that sounds ridiculous, but whatever. However, most of these ordinary places are full functioning stores. For example, the Barber Shop in the Magic Kingdom on Main Street, that's in Orlando, obviously, provides actual haircutting services for Disney guests. The Harmony Barber Shop is a bygone era theme store where even the hairdressers dress the part. That's so super fun.
That would be really fun. Yeah, you should go.
Has anybody done that?
Just do it. You can make a video.
I could make a video.
Yeah. Make a reservation now.
Do people do it so much that they have to do that? That would be, I guess, I don't know. How many people are doing that? I'm interested. Rockers fill up with the porch potatoes quickly on Main Street. That's funny. Morning. Hey, Resort Budgeting. How are you? I love the barbershop. I've had my hair cut many times there. Make your reservation now. Are you saying make a reservation now because I should do it or because you have to do it that far in advance? I just reserved my admission to Magic Kingdom Nice on opening day. I'm intrigued about that. That's going to be an interesting thing. I am interested to see if it's full. I suspect and I believe that it's going to be chock full of everyone. And then I think the world's going to flip there. You know what? Because there's going to be pictures of people having fun next to each other. Yeah, exactly. Can't have fun anymore. You're going to cancel culture. Disney. Anyway, the flowers are changed seasonally. You guys know that, right? I'm not a flower guy in my normal life. I'm not going to lie, but I do love me some flowers at Disney. I mean, they do an amazing job of theming them, and it makes me want to talk about Flower and Garden at Epcot. I wore the shirt last night, by the way, but we're talking about Main Street today, and it's come on, it's just fun. It's just fun. What's not fun about that? All right, Next thing, Main Street USA windows. We might have a whole show this week on the Main Street windows. Do you know about the Main Street windows? Do you know about the Main Street windows?
Not sure.
Is that why you laughed? You're not sure what I'm talking about?
I'm not sure. I mean, I know the windows that I love.
I suspect you don't know what I'm talking about. The names on the stores on Main Street USA aren't just arbitrary or fictional people. Most of the names on the stores are of former Disney employees, especially those who had large hand at bringing the Disney parks to life. You get your own Disney window, and it's like going in the Hall of Fame.
That doesn't surprise me. Like
you didn't know that?
I didn't know that, but
we're gonna
any Disney thing that's named, it's usually got a reason. It has that name.
Yeah, I love. So
we've
just decided we're gonna have a show about the windows. We'll talk about some of the windows and who's on them. It's pretty cool, and if you don't know about it, you're gonna love it. So, hey, Sherry, awesome Sunset Travels in the house. What's going on? So, Ken Anderson, a Disney art director and writer of 44 years, has his own shop on Main Street called Ken Anderson Bake Company. Even Walt Disney's father was a special tribute on Main Street with his contractor business listed as one of the stores in the Magic Kingdom. You can find it labeled Elias Disney Contractor, established 1895. It's basically little Disney Easter eggs all throughout, and I just love that so much.
Disney's great at that. I mean,
to be a Disney legend and or to get your own window on Main Street is kind of the top of the Disney company
window.
Yeah, I'm amazed that you don't know that. Actually, the orange shirt really made you blue. Oh, thank you, Bar. That's actually why I went with the orange shirt. I got to be honest. This colorblind guy figured orange would go good with the blue, and I do love that.
And
shirt.
You can see orange.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So the thing that I do want to talk about now, the smells of that place, the entire Main Street, the smells of it, just make me happy.
Right, especially by the candy area. Yeah, where they're cooking caramels and making
one of my
apples.
favorite early memories of Disney. I'm a very young boy, and they've got, I guess is it toffee? I want to say it's toffee.
Yeah, probably.
And they're just, it's the wheels stretching it and stretching it. I would sit there. I don't know what Mom was doing. I have no idea, but I was staring at that for quite some time. It's pretty fun. Pretty fun. I have a book that explains the Main Street. Oh, wow. Very cool. Have to find it. Very cool. I'll probably be looking that up. I mean, I might do it this afternoon. Now we're going to be talking about that. Main Street hits all the 5 basic senses for me. Melodies and taste are one of my favorite Disney. Yeah. The smells and the tunes, the music stand out for me. It's just, I don't know if relaxing is the word. It puts me in my happy place. It really does. It's not like I would listen to ragtime music. Is that ragtime? I wouldn't listen to that at my house. It's Disney to me. It's
totally.
It's the time. It's the place that transports you. The music is so very special. Sights, sounds, smells, magical. So what do we miss? I mean, we haven't talked about the Emporium much. We spend plenty of time in the Emporium, but what do you want to talk about on Main Street? Anything stand out that we haven't talked about yet?
I mean, at the very end is the most amazing corn dog stand.
Oh, good call.
The big red corn dog stand.
She's pretty obsessed with these corn dogs.
Well, I'm trying to think like what my favorite go-tos are there.
Well, that's good. So have you had the corn dog? Have you had the corn dog at the cart at the end of Main Street? I eat corn dogs in my normal life.
Yeah, but you
do not.
Ones. Right. I like real ones that are like.
So when she was all obsessed about you've got to have this Disney corn dog, I didn't really think it was going to be that big of a deal. Then I remember standing in the line. I've told the story on the stream before. Then I'm standing in line. It's like $29.95 for a corn dog.
Yeah, he was starting to sound like a grandpa. What do you mean $8.95 or $12.95 for a corn dog?
But you don't understand. It's just other food that I'm really, really going to love. And I have corn dogs, every Thursday.
No, this isn't
maybe
just
not, but I
an
can.
average corn dog.
It was pretty good.
It was amazing. They always are so good.
It's weird that you love corn dogs. It cracks me up.
I don't love corn dogs. I like those corn dogs. Just those.
Little Red Wagon is the best. Is that what it's called? Is that Little Red Wagon?
It is. It's very cute. The Little Red Wagon at the end.
I love to have lunch or dinner at Tony's or Plaza Restaurant. So I've never eaten at the Plaza, which is weird to say. But I just did for the first time eat at Tony's with her and Kelly from the Mickey Bunch and Taylor from the Mickey Bunch and my 2 daughters, 2 of my 4 daughters anyway. It was a blast.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
I love the
food was
Italian theming, the Lady and the Tramp theming. I love Italian food.
I mean, I've heard people say that they don't like it, and I don't. Maybe it was just an off day. I don't know, but yeah, they don't like the food. But our food was everybody loved their food.
I love Italian food, and it was good.
Yeah, it was fine.
I'm not remember. I had chicken parm. That's what I had. What's not to like?
I had a caprese salad, and it was
yours was fancy looking. I remember that.
It was so good. And Reagan had just pizza because Reagan, she likes
cheese pizza.
5 things: cheese pizza, nothing on it. Her pizza was actually good for just plain boring cheese pizza.
For me, it was the theming. I mean, it was so well themed.
It was great.
Very.
And
Tony's,
our company.
Yeah, obviously you're gonna have fun with Kelly
too. If you've got Kelly
and Taylor,
and Taylor there, you're gonna have
If you don't know who we're talking about, the Mickey Bunch, Taylor and Kelly. Well, Kelly is the Mickey Bunch, and the Mickey Bunch is her family. The channel is the Mickey Bunch. They're great. She's my co-host on Friday night. Disney Pins Live. We give away a Disney pin. We never mail them out. They're all sitting right there, but we will.
There's no we in that.
That's right. You haven't mailed them out yet. Anyway, I love it. I love it so much. It's a great place to go for if you can get a patio spot. You can watch the parades come around there. It's a very popular spot to go. Yeah, RV and said Tony's was F for us. You know, it was Italian food. I like Italian food, and it was really well themed. I mean, I don't need it to be. I mean, I
think what we got, just was good because I've heard people say it was just like nah, and we don't like just any Italian food, and this wasn't.
I'm not going to say it was the best Italian food I ever had, but I enjoyed it very much. I like chicken parm. It's hard to screw up chicken parm. Let's be real. I don't know. It was good. I mean, it's Disney. It wasn't. You know, I don't know. It was good. It's like, I don't know, like Italian food. Like I like Olive Garden. It's not fancy. I like Olive Garden. You don't.
And I don't really.
It's fine. It's
fine.
It's just spaghetti and meatballs. It's fine. It's good.
Yeah.
Come on. You're having Chef Boyardee at the house. This is better. So anyway, I know I hate Chef.
Disgusting.
That is.
As dog food.
That is disgusting. Right. The Plaza is good. It's just not. I've never been to the Plaza. People love it. Ice cream parlor at the corner. Yeah.
Yes. Is the ice cream parlor at the corner? I think that's the one you can get the kitchen sink at.
I don't know about that.
Brittany used to always go, and she would save up all her like little chore money and stuff because that was her ice cream parlor. And she would have, when we would go to Disney, she would get her own special something. And a couple times, I think it was there that she got the little, like, it was a little kitchen sink, and it was this little red box, and it had like all kinds of. It was a big sundae. Like Reagan would usually get half of it off of her because she would get.
This is definitely one of those things you did without me because I don't have a memory of that at all. But
the ice cream.
And I'm not an ice cream guy, so it wouldn't stand up. But I do remember Brittany saving up for that kind of thing. I do.
Yeah, she would get like little whatever the special thing was that week. She would be like, "I'll have that," not even knowing what it was.
Yeah, that's so sweet. Like she's so sweet.
I'll start with the 60 pancakes.
Yes, I have the yeah, exactly. Yes, I have the mini kitchen sink. That's cute. So I have to talk about the pancake story now. So Brittany, she's our oldest. She just provided us with our grandkid number 2. No, grandkid number 3. Grandkid number 3. Just 2 weeks ago now. And I keep wanting to say last week, but it's 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
But anyway, so International House of Pancakes, IHOP, has a commercial, and it's all you can eat pancakes. And man, she wanted to have all you can eat pancakes. So Daddy gets to take her. How old is she? Maybe 10?
No, I think she was like 8.
8? She's really little. She's little Brittany. Cutest little thing ever.
She was going for her birthday breakfast.
Yes. So we went. Daddy takes the kiddos to birthday, wherever they want to go for food and then shopping. She wanted to go to IHOP. She wanted to have all the pancakes. So
she was trying to break the record. There was some record.
And you walk in and there it is on the board. It's like, I don't know what it says, 21. I don't remember. That might have been right, actually. 21 pancakes was the record, which I remember thinking, oh, if I want to have a bad day, I can take that down, but I don't want to have a bad day just to get a number up there. But so she sits down and she's the cutest little thing. And the waitress comes and, hi, sweetie, what do you want? Hey, oh, ma'am, it's her birthday. She's really, really excited. And she's going to let you know what she wants, but I just wanted you to know it's her birthday. And she looks up beaming. She says, I want to have all the you can eat pancakes. And whatever the number was, she wanted that
I'll
many.
Start with the 21.
Whatever the number was, that was the number. And the lady says, well, we're going to start you with 1, sweetie. And I think she got through 1 and started a second one before she's like, yeah, Dad, we're good. Let's go.
Yeah.
But
she was done.
I don't know.
I'll have the 21.
Probably just a dad moment. I don't know if it's a fun story to share, but I love it. One of my favorite sweet little memories with that sweet girl. Our daughter's doctor appointment can't stay. Oh, okay. ATJH. Well, I hope everything's okay. Prayers that all goes well there. I appreciate you popping in. Are the grandkids going to get thing 1, 2, and 3 shirts? Oh, that's a good call. That's a good call.
Possibly.
You used to have a thing 1 and thing 2. Well, we're big Dr. Seuss fans here. Yeah, I think that's going to have to be a thing now. That's pretty good. When I'm holding baby number 3 or baby number 2 yesterday, the girls, my daughters, are saying, so do you know which one's which? And I'm like, yeah, this is this one.
So they would go, okay, Dad, what's that one's name? And he was like,
first of all, that's not fair because they named it the same name.
It's Everly Lynn and Emberlyn.
Like I said, they named it the same freaking thing. I'm going with E1 and E2.
Yeah.
I think we can go with EV and
Emmy and Evie.
EM and EV. I don't know. Whatever. I'll start with 21. Yeah. Hey, it's this one. They're cute. Whatever. They look the same. It's not my fault. Make them different next time. What do I?
They do definitely resemble.
They do.
Especially when they're sleeping. Eyes open, pretty easy.
Only one opens
really big eyes. Yeah.
Pretty much.
It would be Sam's.
Anyway, we love Main Street. We love Main Street a lot. I love it. It's just iconic, and it's the perfect way to start.
It is.
And
end.
Exactly. And so that coming back is almost a whole different experience for us. And obviously it is for everybody, right? For me, that's more about pin trading and buying whatever last minute thing. My girls are usually trying to buy something. I'm usually trying to get them to want to buy stuff so I can go pin trade. Love pin trading on Main Street with cast members.
I'm usually going, okay, how much more time will my feet let me do this? This is my knee and my feet.
As we get older, it does change. The goals change too. Like if you're staying on property and you're not far from a nice comfy bed, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, it was a 3-hour drive some evenings.
Right.
That was a little rougher. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if you're a monorail trip to the Poly.
Well, and the problem with the 3-hour drive is you weren't driving 3 hours. You were stuck in your car, not moving on the freeway for 2 hours because we were only an hour away.
One of the things about Walt Disney World that is unsung as it's way better than Anaheim is that
the traffic is not anything like that. But you walk farther to get to like the tram and the monorail for sure in Walt Disney World.
Well,
everything's closer in Disneyland, but then you sit on the freeway forever.
Hitchhiking Bone says thing 1, thing 2, and thing 3 resemble Grandpa Hades. They have blue hair. So
we'll get them wigs. They have no. 2 of them have no hair.
It's my show and I can do what I want, right?
Oh, here comes the picture. Blue hair and babies.
Kind of fun, right? There's a lot of colors going on. I'm not going to lie. Like I'm supposed to know which kid is which. Yeah, tracking your steps to Disney, that's a good call too. So if you don't have a step tracker before you get to Disney, start that day. It's always shocking how many steps we do on a Disney day or a Disney week.
Yes, because you're having fun and you don't really realize it.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna,
yes, my feet do.
The end of an Animal Kingdom day, I'm like, I'm not going to pretend, but it's fun. You're having a good time.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hitchhiking Bugs. So anyway, what do you guys like about Main Street? I want to hear from you guys in chat. We got 15 of you still. So I don't know if this topic has kept people's attention as well as others, but I'm just having fun with it. I hope you're having fun with it. Let me know in the chat what your favorite thing about Main Street is. For me, it's the overall theming. It just is. It's the entirety of it. It's not one specific thing. We could go down in each store and talk about what we like in each store. There's the crystal glass blowing store, and when they have the Christmas ornaments and playing the card game Sorcerers of the Kingdom in some of the stores. There's some pretty neat magical looking things that come alive in there that you don't even know about unless you know the game. I love the old time feel, says Candy Mom. Yeah.
So I still, from the glass blowing store, I still have my tiny little glass poodle that I got when I was really little. I've kept it all these years.
That's
One
cool.
of his little legs broke, but he's mostly still all together. Yeah, I used to sit and I could watch the people there make those glass little figurines forever. It was the most amazing thing to me.
I remember that. Well, last time we were there, we were at Starbucks, and Reagan wanted to go do that, and you're like, no. I'm like, we're going. And we walked around.
I was like, oh, okay.
I do, and I did say this for the end. My favorite thing about Main Street, I haven't even said yet.
What?
It's only, Main Street's electrical light parade.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. It's my jam. I love I'm hearing the music in my head. I'm not going to make the noises right now. I can in my head, but the Main Street Electrical Light Parade is everything for me. It's nostalgia. It's so fun. I married a girl whose favorite Disney character anchors the parade, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I love Elliot.
Pete's dragon, Elliot. Yeah, exactly. We don't have a lot of Elliot merch because there's not a lot of Elliot merch.
I have some, but yeah, probably if
you have more than the average bear, but there's
yeah.
not that much out there. It's not like Mickey Mouse. But
so when I was little, like when I talk about like the castle was my castle, that was my parade. Like I had ownership of that. It was my parade.
My parade too. Yeah, I love it.
The spinning little snails.
Yes.
And the bugs.
When they took that out, when they retired it, they sold the bulbs.
I know. I remember.
And I got one for my dad.
Yeah.
I wonder where that is now. He's not with us anymore, and I don't know. It was probably probably lost in times. And they weren't cheap. I remember. I don't know how they were, but just each little bulb. And then, of course, they brought it back multiple times. Not last time, but the 2 times ago when I was in Anaheim with you at Disneyland, they actually had brought it back, and we got to watch it. I remember being stuck, and we couldn't be where we wanted to be and all that. That was crazy. But the Main Street Electric Light Parade is awesome. Just the announcement of it. The announcer coming up and talking about the Main Street Electric Light Parade and the weird kind of 70s futuristic audio.
Yes.
It's great. I mean, it's totally in my head right now, and I'll be humming it throughout the day just because I'm thinking about it. When people ask me my favorite parade, it's probably the Boo to You parade now. I also love the Christmas parade, but deep down, it's the Electrical Light Parade is my favorite.
Yeah, it'll always be one of my favorites.
It's the atmosphere overall. It's exactly as Walt imagined. Yes, very interesting, Paula, to watch the glass ornaments. I think so. Miss the Electric Parade so much, right, Sandy? It's the best. It's so good. That's what amazed me on my first trip to Candy Mom, the limit on different merch characters. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, Elliot's definitely one of them. There's stuff, but there's not a lot of stuff. You actually did one of those monthly or quarterly or whatever it was. They'll send you stuff for a while. The
Bippity Boppity Boo Box.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a lot of letters. And she put, hey, what thing is your jam, right? So you put Elliot. Well, then they sent you stuff you already had, right? That was because there's not enough.
That's not right. That's just
not their fault. But Sherry loves the Electrical Light Parade. Me too. My favorite thing to do is ride the double-decker bus down Main Street, and everyone waves and you wave back. You see interesting stuff. I bet you do. That's fun. Brittany Morgan says the excitement, the giant smiles on everyone's face. That's so good, Brittany. Is that Brittany? Yes, Brittany. One of my favorite things that I haven't mentioned enough that I kind of started with is people watching. Like, and you always you get the families that are like, oh, I'm glad I'm not in that family too. But if you're mad and you're at Disney, you're probably broken. But I love watching especially the little kids, the joy. They're looking at the window while their dad's pulling them, and they're trying to. But look at this.
Take it all in. There's just so much.
Something about the eyes of a child that pick up on the details better than we as adults sometimes do. And Main Street's chock full of that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Now my favorite is Christmas Parade. I love the Christmas Parade so much. I do. You know what? When I think of the Christmas Parade, I think of those weird, creepy reindeers that I love so much that I have no idea why I love them. The reindeers in the parade remind me of the Christmas decorations at Hollywood Studios. It's
the dancing ones?
The dancing creepy reindeer. They're super weird and I love them.
They are done their costumes are kind of a retro reindeer.
They remind me of Hollywood Studios Christmas. So
totally.
I don't know.
It is kind of weird.
It is retro, I guess. I would call it that too, and I don't know why. But I love it.
They look like the 50s.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like Happy Days Christmas.
Yeah.
That is it. Did they ever do a Happy Days Christmas special? I would watch that.
I don't know.
I like the fonts. I collect keychains. I get a few every trip. I wish they made a pin keychain. Oh, that's fun. Mm-hmm. One of the other mods go fix my mistake. I don't know what you're talking about. Whatever it is, it's fine. But anyway, back to Main Street Electric Light Parade. I think the soundtrack of that, the fact that it's Elliot, the iconic. I mean, I love that you talked about the little. Is it ladybugs?
Yeah, there's a snail and a
snail.
Maybe a ladybug.
I'm picturing a snail in my head. I don't know why I said ladybug. They're just so good.
Little spinning snails.
We need more.
And
Elliot.
the funny music. It's just this funny music. Very catchy.
Very catchy. Well, I think that's the show for today. Anything else you want to talk about for Main Street? I think we're good. I think we got to all the stuff.
I think so. Yeah.
Obviously, looking down towards the castle. The original idea for today's show, I was busy. I had 2 shows, and we cleaned up birthday party. Yesterday was a busy day at our house, so I didn't get to really interact with you about the show.
Crazy,
but originally, we were going to talk about the differences between your 2 castles. We've only been to the 2 North American parks, so we'll probably
Definitely
probably do
differences.
that. Is it? Would you call that Main Street? It's not really Main Street, huh? It's at the end.
It's the end of Main
It's
Street.
the beginning of Fantasyland. So we'll probably talk about that. That might be tomorrow. What we love about the castle, something along those lines. I think that's it. I don't think we need to keep it for the hour. I think we hit all the points. Do you agree?
Yeah, that sounds good.
So we'll end a little early today. Thank you guys so much for being here. I think Myers and the Mouse goes live. I'm really not sure about their schedule in all honesty. I will tell you that we're going to be doing this every day, 9 o'clock this week. 10 o'clock Eastern time. Tuesday night, I think we're doing Bush League baseball. Bill, are you still here? I'm not really sure if we're doing it. We've taken the last 2 weeks off. We'll certainly be back up by the time baseball season's here. And I think baseball starts up tomorrow for spring training. I'm pretty sure. Lots of baseball news to talk about. That'll be on Bush League Baseball's channel. And then the NFL Watch Party on Pete McDevitt's channel. Boy, Pete crushed it last night.
Yeah.
He had Resort TV 1 on, and I think he was at like 440 people at one point or something. So that was awesome. I was so happy for him. Anyway, so Pete and Kelly and I over on Pete McDevitt's channel on NFL Watch Party. This show all week long, Monday through Saturday. Yeah, okay, good. So we will be tomorrow night. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Bush League Baseball. We'll get the details, but look for that over on Bush League Baseball. It's a lot of fun and lots of baseball news to get to. And then Friday night. Hey, Alana, how are you? Alana Zingano in the house. What's going on? Friday night we have Playdates and Travels on Disney Creators on DizTube. Saturday morning is this. Then Sunday night we've got we have Playdates and Travels on Sunday night. Friday night's Disney Pins Live. Let's do that again. Friday night, Disney Pins Live. Give away a Disney pin. Have some fun. Talk about the new Disney pin. Blah, 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 blah. Sunday night, Disney Creators on DizTube. That's Playdates and Travels. And then Sunday night, Creator Talk. Talking about this thing that is YouTube. Blah, 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 blah. If you want to know how to grow on YouTube, today, the place to be in about 7 minutes is the Income Stream with Pat Flynn. He's awesome. I'm a fan. He's done over 100 straight days. Here's his book. Today, he's talking about how to do a video about, oh my gosh.
Snapping your fingers.
Hold on. I want to get it right. I really like him, and I don't want to screw it up.
Well, we were going to let y'all go early.
I mean, you can go now if you want. Hold on. Well, I want to get it right. He goes off in 6 minutes. In today's video is how to make the perfect tutorial. Okay, I should have just went with it. I was about to say it and I didn't trust myself. But if you wanted, it's not my kind of video that I'm going to make, but if you want to do a good tutorial, which a lot of people do, Pat Flynn's going to show you how he does it. I've never not taken notes in the hour show he does. I went through entire classes of college without taking notes, people. That's how good this stuff is. Can you link his channel? Pat Flynn, PATFLYNN. He's got about 250,000 subscribers. He's awesome. Julie, I highly recommend if you ever will want to do a tutorial on YouTube, you want to go over there today. His stuff is gold. People pay for the stuff. He's giving it away for free every dang day. It's high level stuff. You'll love it. Thanks for using the emojis, by the way. So I love you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Sherry, Julie, Michael, the Sure Nuts, Mar Memphis, Hitchhiking Moans, Alana Zingano, and everybody else who's been here. My mods, members of the chat. Thanks for the super chats that came in earlier, guys. Gonzo and anybody else I missed. Love you, love you, love you. Have the best day ever. Fear is a lying liar. Don't listen. Just be you. Be safe. Have fun. Anything else you want to say to them? And
we will see you in the morning.
Tomorrow. I think we're talking about castles tomorrow. Pretty sure.
Castles.
Okay. Cool with that?
We can talk about castles. It's only 2 castles I've seen.
How about we'll talk about our 2 castles.
Okay.
The North American castles.
My castle, and then your mom can have the other one.
We'll see. I mean, other people claim it too, so we'll have that argument. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern time. Thanks. Have the best day ever. See you soon. Oh, I usually sip my coffee right now.
You don't have any.